Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Infinity Warp's Soldier Supreme, issue number 2 of 2. This one was significantly better than the first one because it actually did something that I was surprised it was going to do, and that is answer some questions. Let's get into that after we talk about who did this. So, we got writer Jerry Duggan, artist Adam Kubert, color artist Matthew Wilson, letterer VC's Clayton Cowles, cover artists Humberto Ramos and Edgar Delgado. All right. So, basically, the Soldier Supreme is trapped in the Dark Dimension. We saw that in the previous issue, and he's got to work his way through it. Now, he's been there for a really long time, like as in decades. Like I said in the previous issue, the previous review, this is basically his iceberg. So this is how he is the man out of time. Now, he gets through because he comes across Stonehenge on another side. There's this huge light, the brightest light ever, and every denizen of the Dark Dimension is going after this light, going towards this light. Now, he goes towards it. He's the one who's able to break through. Nobody else is able to break through. It turns out that Modo, whatever the heck his name is, Mododo, it's basically the cross between, Mordoke. Who cares? Baron Mordo and Modoc are through there. And, they're combined, obviously. They've been warped. And when he gets through, they're like, oh, we were trying to summon Satan. How did you get over here? It's funny, one of the Satan worshippers, the cultists, like, ooh, Satan is much better looking than I thought he was going to be. Somebody's like, Aaron, really? What? Satan would want me to have these feelings. No, that's actually true. That's actually 100% true. Anyway, yeah, dude, this was this was actually pretty fun. All right. Again, totally useless comic book, but yeah, for all intents and purposes, he winds up getting. We see he gets something very important here. One of the things that he gets is the Eye of Agamotto. Actually, Eye of Agamotto. So Agamotto and Odin have been warped. Remember, it's the Infinity Gauntlet. It's going to warp everyone and everything, minus the Living Tribunal. He's the only one who really shouldn't be able to be warped. But even Eternity and Death could be warped, technically. Anyway, yeah, so things happen, and Emma Frost is doing a psychic summons, and it's actually Emma Frost, because if we're reading the Infinity Wars comic, we see that Adam Warlock and all these other people, they're going through and they're separating beings, and they're doing what they're doing. Now, to be entirely honest, and obviously, Soldier Supreme happens to answer the call. He's the first, apparently, to answer the call. What's interesting about all of this is that I thought that Sleepwalker was going to be the one to do this. So if he's not the one who's separating people, there's got to be some other reason there. Like at the end of the day, Marvel, please don't let Sleepwalker wind up being a useless comic book. I thought that was actually going to be crucial to the storyline. It looks like it's going to be, but we'll see. Hopefully everything that happens in the Infinity Warps and the Sleepwalker issues and the Infinity Wars comics, all three of those separate entities kind of form and coalesce into one, so that if you read all of them, you do get a bigger message. And I do hope that they're able to tell it in a way so that if you're only reading the Infinity Wars comics, then you're not going to have the entire picture. You'll have a conclusive ending, but I hope that it's not just a little bit of extra spice if you're reading these other tie-ins and whatnot. I hope it's something where it's like you understand it better than anybody else is going to understand it, anybody who didn't buy all these comics. Without that, I'm just not particularly happy with this at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be one of those things where, if you don't mind, the Hunt for Wolverine, we didn't need to buy all of those tie-ins. We could have skipped all, 4, 8, 16, all 16 of those books. We could have skipped all of those and bought the prelude and the conclusion, and then we'd have still been perfectly fine to read Return of Wolverine, That was sad. There wasn't a whole lot in there that we really needed. Just, it was fun seeing the story and how it actually turned out. That's cute. I was hoping there was going to be something else in there that really gave us something, not just in a couple of the issues. Anyway, I hope that they do something better with this. That would actually be something interesting. If they could pull that off with this mini event, if they could have pulled it off with the return of Wolverine, also the Hunt for Wolverines, that would have made it so that more people would buy these tie-ins, instead of just, oh, here's a bunch of other stuff. Rather, here's some other stuff that if you do get it, you're going to have a picture so complete that it's going to surprise you. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of writing, but you've also got some very amazing, talented people working at Marvel, so it could. Anyway, enough getting off my soapbox, guys. Pretty interesting comic book. Mandatory? No. According to C.B. Cebulski's own mouth, this is not mandatory. All right, guys, none of these Infinity Warps comic books are. None of them. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.